Austin Peay head coach Scotty Walden, the Govs coming off a last-second loss to UT Martin this past week. This week, they will be on the road. They're going to play 7th-ranked Jacksonville State on Sunday. So, Coach, just thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, obviously, I want to start out by just thanking our fans and alumni for creating a great homecoming environment. It was a great environment at Fort Terrace Stadium in Clarksville, and our fan base is awesome. They're extremely supportive and energetic at the games, and they brought the energy for our guys. I hate that we couldn't give them the victory, but hats off to Coach Simpson and UT Martin on just a battle all the way down at the end. And you let a good football team hang around that long, they're eventually they're going to beat you. And they hung around and they did a great job of executing that last second field goal and getting the win. And then so it's just our kids battled, and but we have to learn. I think that the next thing we got to do, we got to learn how to finish people. We got to learn how to finish games. When we have a lead, there was a time there where it was 34-27 for a very long time, and we have to kind of have that boot to the throat mentality and be able to go finish a football game. But again, in this conference, and I think anytime you play Division I college football, I mean, you let a football team hang around that long, they're going to have a chance to beat you. And kudos to them for executing down the stretch where I thought we had a really bad fourth quarter offensively. And really as a team, we had 4 penalties in the fourth quarter. We had 2 the whole game, and then we had 4 in the fourth quarter that really hurt us. And then we offensively had 3 possessions and only 10 plays. So we did not sustain drives for our defense in the fourth quarter. So that was very disappointing. But I'm very proud of the effort of our kids. I'm proud of the effort of our coaches. I think we're doing a lot of right and headed in the right direction. I truly believe that. And I think in the long run, it's going to amount to wins. But, we're really excited this week, obviously, to get to go play a great football team on the road, a top 10 football team. Great opportunity for us in our program. So, we're really excited for that challenge. And then just want to point out, too, just thoughts and prayers go out to the young man at UT Martin, the quarterback that had a really severe leg injury. If you're watching the game, everybody, saw that, and I just want to send prayers to him and his family and him, and I hope that he's making a speedy recovery. With that, I'll open it up to you, Kyle.
I realize this is college football in general, but every one of your spring games has come down to basically the end of the game, and it could have gone either way. Is that just what it is this spring? And, maybe it's that spring ball, less practices. Is that just how good the OVC is? Everybody's close. I just wanted your general thoughts on that.
That's a great question. I've been trying to wrap my head around that one because, it'd be nice to have a blowout win every once in a while. It'd be nice if we could just do that. Those aren't easy to come by, though. But, we've played 4 games, and all 4 of them have come down to the wire. And I think for us, it goes back to, execution down the stretch that we got to have because, like I said, you play that 50-50 game where – it could go their way, it could go your way. Well, we've done that 4 times, and we've literally seen the 50-50 split, 2 losses, 2 wins. And I think that we've got to, when we get a 2-touchdown lead or when we have a chance to get a 2-touchdown lead, I just think we gotta execute. I feel like we, at least for us, from my perspective, I can't really speak to the whole conference, but from my perspective, it's there's a lot of pressing that kind of goes on where we just need to relax and play and go execute and do what we've done. And I think that we can, go finish those games. And, but I do think there's something, Kyle, to, teams it's a really good league. I mean, I don't think there's a ton of parity in it, number one. But number 2, also there's something when you don't have non-conference games and you just jump right into it. There's going to be, as you've seen, the ball started out pretty, sloppy first couple of weeks, and I think the ball's starting to get cleaned up, and everybody's kind of, getting better each week, and cleaning, phases of the game up. And I think that when you have that combined with a pretty competitive conference, I think that the games are going to be, close and come down to the wire.
4 more sacks for your team. You're first in the OVC in sacks. There's some of that pressure that you're able to get on good quarterbacks and some good offense.
Yeah, I think our defense, Coach Kappas does a phenomenal job of dialing up pressures, but also getting pressure with our D linemen. We've got one in the building today. It's gonna speak with our local, news outlets here, Matt Gale, who is incredibly impressive. But you go from, Matt Gale to Terrell Lucas to, TA to Legs to John Whiteside. Kwame Sutton got in there and mixed it up. And we've also got some young guys like Dimitri Scott and Javon Young. That's we are very deep at the defensive line spot, and that's a strength of our team. And then you add that front seven, to that with our linebacker core, with Jack McDonald and obviously Cordell that we utilize him in numerous ways. But Troy Henderson has been a staple for us. And Elijah Shepard, losing him last week really hurt us, but he's been a staple. He's been a mainstay. So when you combine all that, and I think Coach Kappas does a phenomenal job of dialing up and scheming up, our interior blitzes and our edge pressures. And then the talent we're doing it with, I think it's a great combination, and our guys are flourishing in that. But that's the key. I think we can continue to win the trenches. But you look at us right now, last time I looked, I think we're allowing like 2.3 yards a carry, which is phenomenal. And we're running the ball, well on offense, and that formula is going to work in the long run. We just got to keep plugging away, getting better.
So looking at the 4-game conference sample size, you and Jacksonville State 1-2 in scoring offense, 1-2 total offense, 1-2 in rushing offense. What do we expect on Sunday?
Yeah, it ought to be a great game. It ought to be a lot of fun to watch. That's a great football team. They got great tradition. I'm just learning this conference, so I'm getting used to seeing people live and in person and stuff like that. But I've heard of Jacksonville State for a long time. They've obviously got a great tradition at their place of winning championships. And, I think they do a great job recruiting. I think that staff over there has done a phenomenal job building it. And they got some great players. They you look on tape, you turn the film on, they got some guys that run and hit. They got some guys with speed on the edges at receiver. And they got a quarterback who I think, man, he can spin that thing downfield and hurt you. And then they got a good running game. So they are a very talented team. And I think we're a really talented team. I think that we, although, we've had two very close, games where we come down to the wire where we've lost. We've also had two that we've won, but I think we're a very talented football team. And it ought to be a really, really fun matchup to watch and be a part of, and two really good football teams going at it.
One final question. We asked about him last week, but your quarterback, Jaylen Ellis, freshman. It's not often a freshman's going to win back-to-back OVC Offensive Player of the Week awards. So he's gaining the attention of people, and he's playing well. Just maybe a little bit more on him. And this past week, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jaylen DJ he's kind of coming into his own. I think he's taking ownership of our system, and he's learning it. Like the back of his hand. I can really start to tell early on, there was a big, the eyes big, just understand like what's going to be the call. And now I think I'm starting to signal the play, and he knows exactly, what I'm calling. He's got a good idea. And I think that's a comfort level that just takes time, for me to get to know him and what he's comfortable with, and for him to get to know me and my mindset. And so I think it's been awesome. And he's a kid that, for a freshman, he has done a great job of being a student of the game, not taking for granted, hey, I'm the starter and week to week, I don't got to prepare. He prepares. It's not by chance that he's doing what he's doing. He prepares, he works at it, he watches film, he studies, he asks questions, he's into it. And I just think his ceiling is extremely high. I'm very proud of him and his maturation, and we just got to continue to grow. He saw things on film from Sunday where he's still got to get better. Our completion rate's still got to get better, and he's still got some fundamental things he's got to get better at, and we're going to address those. But I'm very excited about the comfort level that he's playing with right now, and he's being a great leader. The kids are rallying around him, they love him, and that's a big deal at quarterback. And so, but the biggest thing I'd say, Kyle, from week 1 to where we're at now, that's I've seen the growth in with him, is he's not riding that freshman roller coaster where, he's going to be really high at some point and really low at some point. He's just steadying the boat. We score a touchdown. He celebrates it, moves on. He throws an interception or he messes up. He comes to the sideline. We talk about it. We move on. That's it. And so I think he's really coming into his own, and I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for him. And we just got to keep getting better every day.
Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck on Sunday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, thanks, Kyle. Thanks for having me. Let's go, Peay. Appreciate it.